Social media executives went from heroes to villains over the last decade. Mark Zuckerberg wasted $40 billion on the metaverse, Elon Musk is running Twitter into the ground, and TikTok CEO was flogged in front of Congress. So maybe, just maybe, we're ready for a new breed of social media. One where users' followers aren't bound to one platform, where users are the ones who benefit from their data collection, and where no one named Elon can install himself as the main character of a site whose main reason is to hate the main character. Wouldn't it be nice? The social media age revolutionized how we discover all types of information, from local news, celebrity gossip, global affairs, Waffle House fights, sports highlights, cat pics, to updates on your old high school classmates. I met the love of my life. It's complicated, and we had a baby. It's hard to understand how fully social media has changed society. Billions of people uploading their lives for public consumption. And throughout it all, the dinosaurs that make up most of Congress have been asleep at the wheel, sometimes literally.
It's about trying to do what's right for the whole country.
And who can forget when the Republican chair of the high-tech task force asked Mark Zuckerberg how Facebook makes money despite offering a free product?
How do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
So if attention is the new oil, social media executives are the new oil barons. They gather data on your interests, your friends' interests, and your interactions on and off the platforms. Then sell your personal information to advertisers. In fact, digital advertising has exploded to a nearly $1 trillion a year business. And social media is free because the data you produce by using their platforms makes them money. You are the product. But it gets even better. Social media thrives on people like you generating content your followers want to consume. But that content doesn't belong to you either. The only way to monetize a viral tweet is to advertise some scammy sex toy or SoundCloud under your post. Influencers on Instagram are paid to hawk cosmetics or diet supplements. And while content creators are fighting for scraps, social media executives are now some of the richest and most powerful people in the country. The same people who own and operate our main channels of communication are the people least like us.
Sweet Baby Ray's do Sweet Baby Ray's. Sweet Baby Ray's is very good.
That's an incredibly dangerous blind spot. And look, we can dig into Facebook's Cambridge Analytica scandal, Twitter's toxicity problem, Instagram's negative effect on teen girls, Reddit's unpaid content moderators, and on and on and on. But none of the criticism matters, because these companies aren't democracies. We the people don't have any real say in how they're run, and we have limited options if we want to leave. But where would you go? After all, a social network is only fun if all your friends are on it. But how do you get them to migrate? Trump couldn't even get Mega over to Truth Social, and experts call that the cold start problem. But when you add blockchain tech to social media, shit gets interesting. What if we could own our content, decide which data advertisers get access to, make money from it, and take it with us across different platforms? That's the promise of Web3 Social, and it's pretty exciting. Here's how Stani Kulichov, the founder of a Web3 social graph service called Lens Protocol, explains it.
A user can create content on one application. It can be mirrored by a user in another application and collected in a third application. And all these users and applications can actually share the fees in between. And it's a bit unheard of thinking about Facebook, Twitter, TikTok sharing fees amongst each other based on who created the content or who amplified the content.
That's a powerful idea. Let's say you create a viral video on YouTube, someone shares a clip that goes viral on TikTok, that video gets shared on Twitter, then posted on Instagram, and maybe on Snapchat, and finally on Facebook. Congrats! Your video went viral on multiple platforms. But that sucks, because you didn't get any of the financial benefits. In the ideal vision of Web3 Social, Stani says that people who amplify your posts can share in the value they create, and you, as the original creator, get a cut as well. And because no central company owns your data, your content and connections can't be taken away from you after one bad post or wrong click. That's what inspired Jonathan Lintala to develop Favor, currently the largest social app built on top of the Lens protocol.
Like, you can be a big creator and lose everything over one wrong tweet or one wrong picture. Or my grandmother got kicked out of Facebook for accidentally changing her age to 12. And like I had years of relationships with Facebook. I tried to pull a couple of like threads there, and like nobody's able to help.
Yeah.
Nobody really cares about what happens to the user and kind of 10 years of their social history.
There's a reason experiences on big tech platforms aren't all that great. To reiterate, users aren't customers.
Everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked.
If big tech platforms could have it their way, there'd be no limit on collecting and selling your data. Unlimited data collection was all fun and games, up until the threat of Chinese surveillance entered the chat. And now, after TikTok CEO So Chu was grilled in a 5-hour hearing, Congress is weighing the prospect of America banning a social media platform for the first time ever. That is, until So got his ass chewed out, clapped back, and pointed out that data collection is bad, even when it's red, white, and blue.
With a lot of respect, American social companies don't have a good track record with data privacy and user security. I mean, look at Facebook and Cambridge Analytica, just one example.
And to be fair, some in Congress agree, including AOC, who may or may not have received money from TikTok's parent company through a donation to the Hispanic caucus. But her point still stands. Banning one of them, albeit the Chinese one, doesn't stop data harvesting.
That doesn't really address the core of the issue, which is the fact that major social media companies are allowed to collect troves of deeply personal data about you that you don't know about.
So Web3 Social might actually be the better alternative, since it puts you in control of your data by default. In fact, you could even be paid to watch targeted ads. Though, no amount of money is worth having this goddamn song stuck in my head. Of course, none of this utopia actually matters until the Web3 social projects hit critical mass. That is, until they're able to pull people off Facebook, off Twitter, and maybe off the ashes of TikTok. For now, apps like Favor only have a little over 100,000 monthly active users, compared to the hundreds of millions of US users on apps like TikTok and Instagram. That's like 1,000x, right? Yeah. Goddamn. But there could be reason to expect that growth will accelerate. Web3 social apps plan to reward early users with real ownership stakes in their platforms to tackle that cold start problem. Now, having a one-word username isn't the only reward for posting into the void.
We see that a lot of the early users obviously are there because they see that if they're part of this now, then if this becomes popular, they will be rewarded. And I think that's a fair thing, like the first 100,000 active users should be rewarded because without them, there would never actually be a platform.
Jonathan tells us Favor's token drop is slated for the summer. And unlike some of their competitors, users don't even need a crypto wallet to get started. Thank God. And who knows, if Elon keeps charging for more and more things on Twitter, the prospect of getting paid to use a competitor only looks better and better. And since we're on YouTube, you don't have to pay any transaction fees to subscribe to Coinage to keep up with our reporting on Web3. So what are you waiting for? I'm Zach Guzman. This is Coinage. Stay safe out there. At BK, have it your way.